All right. I think we're getting it. What is the day today? Is it the 5th day? Hey, there it is. I don't know why this is all over the place, but let's open this. Let's see what we get. We got an emote, I think. Mary Sing emote. Dope. And what about the 6 days? Is it the 6th day yet? Because I don't know if I did this. Nope. Didn't do it yesterday. Okay. I don't really know what's going on. But let's check and make sure that our stream is going on in all the right places. It looks like it is. We've got our chat up. We've got... everything looks like it's going good. I fixed my problem from yesterday. So we shouldn't be having those massive fucking... yips. Yo, what's up, Lounge? How are you today? So yeah, we should just like actually be able to play the game today, which is going to be super dope. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. But let's see, we're looking to get a couple of things done today. We are looking to level up the necromancer, which is this killy quest. How is RS3's? I am RS3's #1 fan. You don't even know, dude. People be hating on it too. I feel like I'm maybe finally making it as a creator because I have haters. So many people came to my stream, didn't come to my stream, but posted in my YouTube comments yesterday on my stream 2 days ago where I was like, this is the greatest combat system in MMOs, and just shitted all over that video, which felt super good. And then I got a notification in my creator dashboard the other day. Somebody took one of my live streams and then had an AI like completely translate it into another language, and then posted my entire stream onto their channel. I got like 300 views on it, so I'm feeling pretty good. If I'm being honest, I'm feeling real good. Got the haters, got the copycats. Been here since the jump. Yeah, thanks, man. It's a good time. Oh yeah, we definitely gonna keep going up that hill all day, every day. What am I doing? I want to do this Killy Row quest. That's what I want to do. So we want to go into the underworld. Boom. 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 Have I heard of Black Boa? I have not heard of Black Boa. Is that a person or a thing or... Hey, there's a person. I love seeing people. It makes me so happy. Hey, there's another person. Iron Vegito. Hell yeah. What do you got going on here, Vegito? You are naked. Alright, what's this? What's this quest say to go do? Speak with Killy in the city of Smithy. Alright, where the hell is this smithy at? Boom. Boom, bo-do-dum. Boom, bo-do-dum. Twitch streamer might be a good one for you to check out. Plays other games like Albion, but he often has no camera. Has a soothing voice similar to vibes to you. Oh, nice. I'll look into him. I will look into him. Yeah, I actually really like not having a camera. I've thought about maybe changing that a couple of times, but have we met before? We haven't, but only a few people own those robes I've seen you sauntering around in. And word travels fast when someone from the land of the living manages to end up in the underworld. Yeah, I mean, as much as it would be cool to be like a massive streamer and stream to like 1,000 people, um, that's not really necessary for my goals. I mean, if I could even be streaming to an average of 50 or 60, I feel like I could meet all my financial goals and stuff that way, almost entirely based on ad revenues. So my my needs aren't really crazy high. So I guess you've also heard about my encounter with Raziel? I have. You think you can stand in his way then? I'd like to give it a shot. Gilly looks up and down, focusing on your necromancer's equipment, which with a slightly disgusted yet amused expression. Well, first things first, you won't stand a chance against him with that substandard equipment of yours. ... He occasionally mixes in a camera now, but never really did when he started. Not saying you would like the content, but I think his audience and your audience would have overlap. He's like 100 to 150th viewers, I think. Oh, yeah, that would be perfect. Honestly, if we got more viewers than that, I don't know that I would ever be able to keep up with chat. I'm not that talented. Yeah, I might go check him out. Go hang out in his chat. See what's up. Thought you might be. Now I can help you upgrade both your necromancer's robes as well as your guard and lantern. It's a lengthy and complex process. We'll need to do a bit more than just hammer away at the bronze bar and be good to go. How do you know how to do this then? I'm of the Imkando clan. You may have heard of my kind in life. I was born and raised to smith, tutored by only the most skilled. That's the important part. You gotta get the chill viewers in. Gotta get the chill viewers in. They slow down the pace of the stream, and it makes it easier to manage. Along with my partner, Thalmond, we designed and forged a multitude of weapons, armor, and tools for folks, including nobles and aristocrats. He still returns here every so often, but it's mainly me managing the smithy nowadays. So what do I need to do to upgrade my equipment? For each upgrade, you'll need to gather some materials, items ensouled with energy from the living world, as well as some other specific things. To ensoul items, you have to perform an ensoul ritual on them, which I can teach you. Sounds good. Just teach me the ritual, let me know what to get, and I'll give it a go. Slow down there. Did you know, or did you not just hear me say it's a lengthy process? It took me many years to perfect the methods, so we'll ease into it. Once you have all the materials, they'll need to be applied to your equipment, requiring highly specialized knowledge. I don't suppose this highly specialized knowledge is something you'll be teaching me. Let's see, do you have a spare few years to spend smithing with me? Day in, day out? Eventually forgetting all you knew and loved on Gilnor, becoming consumed with the thoughts of Orichalcum, Rune, and Bane? Only hearing the sound of my voice, the roar of the forge, the clanking of metals, and occasionally the squeaking of a sentient treasure chest? I guess I don't. I'm just messing with you. Yes, I will teach you this knowledge. As for now, though, take these tools. Kelly hands you their tools. They're huge and weighty and look to have taken a heavy battering. Next, pay close attention and I'll teach you the Ensoul ritual. Killy glides her arms around in jagged movements as she chants a string of words you haven't heard before. It catches you off guard, but you memorize every detail of this ever so graceful performance. Now I need you to perform a lesser Ensoul ritual on those tools I gave you. You think you can do that? Yep, should be a breeze. Great, that's all I need you to do for me at the moment. Bye for now, then. Okay, can I just... Nope. Nope. Okay. So I probably need to go to the ritual thing, yeah? Probably gotta head out this way. Oh, it's so nice not to be having all those fucking freezes and shit like we were having the other day. It might still happen. So what was happening was there was an automated process on my computer that had been placed that was trying to download a virus, and my antivirus kept killing it, but it was making my antivirus ramp up its CPU usage, and so it was just consuming all of my CPU every couple of minutes, and then trying to download this fucking virus. And so I finally got the automated process deleted, and everything seems like it's fine now, but so it's possible that something will trigger my CPU usage to grow um, outside of that in the future, and so we may still get some freezes every now and then, but I think they should be significantly less now. Okay, so we're trying to do this Ensoul ritual. Different Ensoul ritual focus objects give different ensouled materials, including ensouled bars, thread, and cloth. Cool. So we need 1 Achilles tools, we need 2 elemental, and 1 change. Okay, we're going to select this ritual. We're going to put the things down. We've got elemental, change, elemental. So we need to clear this change ritual. And then let's see about... we need 4 light sources. Okay. The ritual interface allows you to choose a ritual to perform. Each ritual has a different requirement. Here you can view the requirements needed to select the ritual, as well as the ritual components you'll need to set up the ritual site. Rituals also require a focus object, which is consumed upon completing the ritual. Some rituals may have a choice of multiple objects. Once a ritual has been completed, you are rewarded with the ritual output. Okay, fantastic. So we select the ritual. We've already chosen that ritual. Great. And then we do this. We start the ritual. This whole ritual system is actually pretty cool. We got 100% soul attraction, which hopefully means we'll get a little soul running by here. Because the soul attraction we need so that we can send souls into the Well of Souls, so that we can select different abilities and stuff. So all super cool shit. Necromancy, leveling necromancy is really, really fun. I don't really care so much about necromancy as like a combat ability, but I'm really, really enjoying leveling it because of all the extra weird shit that goes on. Okay, we did the thing. Need you doing soul killers. Oh, right. When we do the stuff, it goes to this ritual chest, doesn't it? Instead of going into our inventory. Perfect. So we take Killy's tools, and now we should get, now that I've ensouled Killy's tools by performing a lesser ensoul ritual on them, we should return to Killy to see what she needs next. I like that this person's name is Killy. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my my farming first thing this morning. Whoopsie. That's okay. We'll just skip farming today. I'm very interested in doing all this necromancer stuff. I want to get my necromancer up to 50, and I want to get my ranged up to 50. So that I can just start working with all of my different combat types together. I did do some more research. These are definitely the level 50 versions of this gear. So I'm not worried about getting up to that anymore, but... Have you ensouled my tools yet? Yep, was a piece of dwarven rock cake. That's the first step out of the way. Now I need you to take this empty urn. Gilly hands you the empty urn. Thank you. I don't have to cremate anyone, do I? I hope not. You see, this is a specialized urn. I've altered it so it has the ability to hold souls. The energy from the contained souls powers the soul forge over there. This is a unique forge that can upgrade your necromancer's equipment. I see, so can I fill it with souls? We'll only need weak souls for the first upgrade, so you can simply kill 5 chickens or perform 1 lesser communion ritual. Sounds easy enough. Perfect, come back to me when you've filled the urn. A communion ritual, okay. So let's go back to the ritual altar then. Oh, can't go down this way. Womp womp. Wow, 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 wow. I don't know why that's stuck in my head right now, but it's super stuck in my head right now. All right. Let's go see about this communion ritual. Lesser communion ritual. Different communion ritual focus objects have different amounts of souls. Higher level communion rituals and stronger focus objects will give you more souls. Ah, okay. Well, I have a big bone. Is there a bank chest around here anywhere? Because I got a lot of big bones. It also says I only need 1 lesser communion soul, which means I don't need... I need to see if Killy's tool's on here. Oh, no, I didn't actually take Killy's tool. Okay, never mind. I don't know. So I don't need a big bone. I just need a regular bone. But we'll get both. And we'll see how it goes. Where is my bank? I wish there was a bank right up there next to the ritual spot, but I guess it's okay that there isn't. Where is the bank in here? Is it down here? Yeah, okay, it's down here. That's what I thought. Let's go get this thing done. Talk to me, bank. All right, we need some bones. I think I got some little bones as well as some big bones. I don't know where my bones are. Oh, I can just put bones. I got dragon bones, I got big bones, I got regular bones, I got wolf bones, I got baby dragon bones. We'll draw one bone. Oh yeah. I'm in a pretty sing-songy mood today. I'm in a really good mood today. Sometimes you just wake up on the right side of the bed, man. The whole day just goes fantastically. All right. So we're going to do regular bones. We need one elemental and one commune. So we've got an elemental. Let's go ahead and change this glyph right here to the commune glyph. I guess commune, not commune. What do I need? Basic ghostly ink. All right, all of my ritual storage should be right here. I should be able to put this. Nope. Fucked up, ladies and gentlemen. I have ELO's strange magic stuck in my head. Glad to hear you're doing well. I mean, I'm basically my entire world and my entire worldview is pretty much wrapped up in this stream. And so when things start to go well in the stream and when I start to feel good about the stream and the content and stuff, just everything in my life starts to feel better. Which is probably a bad thing, but for right now it's a great thing because everything's going well, so it's fine. It's fine. Live by the stream, die by the... I mean, quite literally. You are not wrong. Quite literally. Alright, we need to get a commune glyph. So instead of this glyph, we want to change it to a commune glyph. I wonder if I need to erase this other glyph. You've unlocked a new ability. Death Skull is a multi-target ultimate ability that deals severe damage and requires adrenaline to cast. It will bounce between surrounding enemies multiple times. Okay, Raziel, you need to calm your little ass down, dude. I wonder if I can do this without getting rid of that. Let's see. Oh, I have one of two commune glyphs. Two commune glyphs? Okay. Okay, so I can just leave the extra glyph there. That's nice. That's something I'll have to remember and make sure that we're not just getting rid of things that we might need in the future. A wandering soul. We get them. Your soul urn shuts tightly as it is filled with the lost soul. That's the soul urn filled up. I should return to Killy. Yo, that's actually super fun. I have lots of bones and stuff. I should check and see about doing a ton of communions with all of my bones. Them bones and all. Yes, it was. It was a Sandlot reference. That's awesome. I've put a lot of references out on this channel, and most of the time they just go right over the top of the heads of everybody in the channel. And that one's an old one. Like, goddamn, that's an old one. The Sandlot came out when I was a little kid. Such a good movie, though. Such a good movie. Killy takes the now full soul urn from your hands. Right, let's go to the Soul Forge powered up, and I can teach you how to upgrade your equipment. We'll start with tier 20 for now. Phew, and here I was thinking I'd have to go bake you a red berry pie. Not just yet. Now, give me one moment. Killy shuffles off to her forge, blazes with light. Then you bind the plates to the cloth like so, and you've made yourself a piece of gear even the most infamous necromancers would wear. Now that's the knowledge section of the upgrade out of the way. So what's left? Actually performing the upgrade. This is where the work falls on you. Each upgrade will require some ensouled items, such as bars, cloth, and thread, as well as your current set of equipment, as I mentioned earlier. You can obtain these by performing ensoul rituals on various objects from the living world. It's worth noting that for bars, you'll first need to smelt their unensouled versions at a furnace to be able to perform the ensoul ritual on them. You can see what items are required through the Soul Forge. Later upgrades may also need some additional items, such as necromantic runes. Once you have all the items you need, simply return to the Soul Forge and perform the upgrade. Got it. Learn the knowledge from you first, then gather ensouled items to carry out the upgrade at the Soul Forge. You're a natural. Make sure you come back and check in with me when you want to learn how to upgrade your equipment past tier 20, as improving it further will require different supplies each time. I'll be here if you need a reminder on anything. Will do, thank you. Alright. Access to lesser, regular, and greater ensoul material rituals. Ability to upgrade Death Skull and Death Warden equipment to tier 20. Ability to learn further equipment upgrades from Killy. I didn't get any XP for my... Oh, I did get XP from my Necro. Maybe not, I don't know. The Soul Forge can now be accessed and may be used to upgrade your Death Skull and Death Warden equipment all the way to tier 90. As you level up, return to Killy to learn about higher tier upgrades. Dope. Alright, so we're going to go to the Soul Furnace. And to make... Nope. Let's see. What do we got here? Upgrade equipment, Soul Forge, alright. So if I want to upgrade my Death Guard to the tier 20 version, I have everything I need except for a lesser ensouled bar. So to smelt over here at this furnace and get a lesser ensouled bar, I need a bronze bar, an iron bar, and a steel bar. I have an iron, but I don't have any bronze or steel. And then... Alright. So we need to go to the Runescape surface. And we need to get... Let's see, steel is made out of just iron and coal, right? No, and then. And then... No, and then. And then, and then, and then, and then, and then, and then. Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car? I am very, very proud of you, Lounge. Copper rock, clay rock, tin rock. Why do these copper rocks look so different? Yeah, look at that, using up those copper spirits. Getting all that copper. Dude, what's mine say? Sweet! What's mine say? Dude, what's mine say? Good times. It's been a really long time since I've seen that movie, and I don't remember most of it. But... I don't actually need coal for steel, do I? Isn't it like double iron or something like that? I don't even know. We'll get a little of everything. It'll be fine. Because that movie's really weird. Because they've got like the Zoltan coal. Zoltan. And they make the little Z hand sign by putting their thumbs together. That's right. Zoltan. Oh, fuck, that movie's stupid, dude. That's awesome. And then there's the aliens. They use hot girl forms. And then she like turns into a giant alien. Oh man, that movie is so fucking weird. That's hilarious. And then it's like a Rubik's Cube or something is the thing that they were after. Gotta love the early 2000s, man. People were just doing weird shit. Without a care in the world. No, it was not the most intellectual stuff, that's for certain. But that's alright. It didn't need to be. Didn't need to be. Ho, ho, ho. I got a cosmetic override for my teleport, so now I get Santa napped. And Santa Claus comes and takes me away to wherever I'm going. And I love it. I tell you what, this city of for being the newest city, is by far the most difficult to navigate. Having all these different levels and stuff. You know, I know they're trying to use more verticality and do some different stuff with some of the new zone, but if I'm being serious, I don't know that I actually like it. Digga digga da 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 da. Digga digga da 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 da. That's right, we can just put everything in there. And then we need some steel bars, which is, okay, it is iron and coal. What in the hell is an iron bar then? Just 2 iron, got it. I knew one of them was just iron and one of them was iron and coal, but I, for the life of me, could not remember which was which. We're going to get up to level 30 necromancy fairly quickly. What's really funny is I don't actually have to level up my lesser ensouled bar. I think I just need one of these, right? Let's just make one. I don't actually think I have to level up by fighting for necromancy. You can get necromancy experience by just doing the rituals and stuff. So let's go ahead and switch combat gear to this. We'll put on our throwing weapons, and that'll give us our Death Warden and our lesser ensorcelled bar. Okay, I have my lesser ensorcelled bar. Oh, lesser unensorcelled bar. So now I gotta go ensorcel my unensorcelled bar. Got it. Got it, got it. Oh, went the wrong way again. Went the wrong way again. Can I sell this? Is this like tradable? Doesn't look like it. There's no GE cost for it, so. It seems like they went super solo oriented for the necromancer thing. Which definitely makes it super good for Iron Man. And had I understood more about necromancy, I may very well have stuck with this from the beginning, but it's fine. It's not communion. It's not essence. Here we go. So we're going to ensorcel a bar with a change and 2 elementals, as well as 4 light sources and 1 durability. We already have everything all set up there, so we just come right over here. And we ensorcel this bad boy. Oh no, we need another elemental glyph. Okay. So we're going to change this one to elemental. Nice. And then we're going to go ahead and ensorcel a bar here. This is fantastic. Do you see how powerful I am with the necromantic arts? And we completed the ritual. And we go to the ritual chest. And we pull out some ectoplasm. And a baby dragon bone. And an ensorcelled bar. Dope-a-lope. Let's just run all the way over there. Alright, so we're only going to need a little bit of XP. We just got the Death Skulls ability. At 30, we can use level 30 gear, which will mean upgrading some more stuff, so we'll have to do another little quest. Ooh, we'll have a multiply glyph. We gain critical strike damage. Nice. So, this is something I've kind of been looking at. As I've been looking to level up a lot of my sort of alternate combat styles, and I've been looking at how to try and mix some of those combat styles together, and there's quite a bit of stuff. It's going to be really, really interesting when we can really start nailing down what each of the classes is best at and what I need to be doing with each one. All right, and so now we need to go in and change this. So that goes there. And this goes here. And then it goes here. And then it goes right here. Booyah. Okay. So we now have our level 20 necromancer stuff. So let's go back into our bank chest here. Let's go back into our necromancer. We'll put away some of our things. Let's put away our baby dragon bones and our sedimentary rocks. And then let's just go murk some enemies real quick. We'll go down into that same dungeon that we normally go down into in Lumbridge. And then we'll go just kill a couple of things down there real fast. I'm actually pretty excited about this blood siphon. So this blood siphon hits up to 25 enemies. So I don't know. It says up to 25 enemies within 2 tiles. I don't even think you can get 25 enemies in 2 tiles. So I'm not terribly concerned about this, but this is definitely going to be interesting when it comes to doing multi-people attacks. So we're going to start kind of small because I've got 25 gear here, so I don't want to jump right into something huge. Let's go with the 15. So let's kill these dudes. But that blood siphon ability will actually get popped off fairly quickly. Oh no, do I need my... Oh, I need level 36. Okay, never mind. Let's go fight more difficult enemies. I don't know why I have blood siphon even on my bar, if I'm not able to use it yet. But that's fine. Preparing for the future, right? Okay, so these are the highest level enemies we have in here. Guess I can go kill this nerd a couple of times. Oh, I didn't realize how many hit points this dude's got. That's crazy. I'm super strong though, because I've got, you know, my good level 50 War Priest gear on. So as far as taking damage and stuff, I mean, I have so much constitution and all that shit that doing anything even near my level is super easy now that I'm on my 4th combat style. It's honestly a really fun thing about this game is how there are kind of some secondary things that you're just sort of leveling up, right? You're leveling up your defense. And so, you know, your necromancer stuff keeps going up. I wonder if defense levels up with your necromancer skill. It does, okay. But we have it turned off, obviously, because we don't need it to be leveling up with necromancer. That's interesting. Oh, that dude comes back with the quickness, okay. So I could just keep murking this fool. How much XP did I get from that? Goofy little guy. Dragath Nern. It's time to die. Die. Hello, Mr. Nern. Do you like necromantic energies surging through your body, destroying you? Oh yeah. Level up. Ooh, earth runes. Oh, there's 2 Dragath Nerns. Hey, let me save this guy. Oh, no, can't save that guy. I wanted to fight him for you, dude, but I can't. Won't let me. Because I'm an Iron Man. I kind of feel bad. I want to say something to this dude, but I don't have my chats up. Oh well, you'll figure it out. I believe in him. He can kill Dagoth Nern. Kill that little fucker. Here, will it help you if I step out of your way a little bit? Boom, shakalaka. Just a few more kills here and we'll hit that level 30 mark. And then we'll go level up this weapon again. And then we'll see about trying to get to level 40. We need to get to level 42 with everything. So I got to get one more range level. And then I got to get 13 more necro levels. Because if we get everything to 42, then we can use the Void Knight shield, the Void Knight Defender, which will be great for us. Something else that I have discovered is I think that people have not been mathing properly. So this skill right here that you cannot use, it's an offensive skill. So you can only use it if you're equipped with a shield. And obviously you could swap to a shield and use it. But you can only activate it if you have a shield equipped. Allows you to get an extra 50% damage. Ooh, you can now craft additional glyphs at the ritual site. Alteration glyphs at the ritual site. Alteration glyphs provide different bonuses to rituals, such as increasing soul attraction, increasing the output from a ritual, or decreasing the length of a ritual. Ooh, isn't that exciting? Alright, so we've hit our level 30, so it's time now to go and do another Killy Row quest. So let's go talk to Killy. Down here in the underworld. Oh shit, it's Santa! Oh no, he's kidnapped me! Run, run, Rudolph! Who that is right there? Zodiac! You almost have to, like, stay above your character here. And use your map for more of your clicking, I think. Because of the way the thing is laid out. I guess if you stayed behind your character, you'd be alright if you used more map clicks. But the layout is really difficult to understand, so... Hello, Hermito. What can I do for you today? Talk about equipment upgrades. I'd like to know more about equipment upgrades. Equipment upgrades? What would you like to know about them? How can I learn more upgrades? As you grow more powerful as a necromancer, just return to me and ask about equipment upgrade tasks. If you haven't grown much since completing your last task, I won't have anything more for you to do. Okay. Never mind. And talk about equipment upgrade tasks. What can I help you with? I'd like to learn more equipment upgrades, please. Let's get started then. The next step is to learn the tier 30 upgrade. What's the maximum tier I can upgrade my equipment to? You can upgrade it every 10 tiers until it's tier 90. For tiers 70, 80, and 90, I can also give you the option of power armor for the standard tank armor. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Right, so where were we? Tier 30. Similar to when I taught you the first upgrade, you'll need to take this soul urn and fill it with some souls. This urn will only accept souls from killing trolls using necromancy or completing lesser communion rituals. I need 25 troll souls with 3 lesser communion souls. Easy peasy. Let me just find a pen and paper to write this down. Way ahead of you, I've already noted it down on a list so you can easily keep track of what's needed. It gives you an equipment upgrade task list. Nice. Never mind then, I'll go get those souls for you. Alright. So we're going to want all of our stuff out of our souls, or out of our necro thing here. So we want these things. I think I even need the ectoplasm. We're going to probably need some more ghostly ink, so I'm going to have to go see about that. And then we're going to want some bones. We can do these bones here, plus withdraw 5 of those. Yeah, let's just go do some bones. And then we can get more ink down over here, I believe. I probably need to go ahead and just buy out this standard stuff store. I believe it's right over here. Nope, I want to trade Lupe. Yeah. Maybe we won't be buying it out, but let's get some ink. What's this? Let's get some of this just in case we need it. And then let's get some more candles. I don't really know how much of this stuff I'm going to end up needing. How many rituals I might do. How crazy stuff might get, but I also feel like probably what I should do is commune with souls to get my level in necromancy up. Maybe instead of killing stuff, maybe we should just sit here and do a shitload of soul communions. So that we can level up our well of souls. I don't really know. But we're going to do lesser communion. We want regular bones. We're just going to do this one 3 times, because why not? We need 1 elemental and 2 commune. Select that ritual. So we want to turn this one back into an elemental. Do these ritual candles, like, eventually run out or something? Because it's been the same ritual candles this whole time. Oh no, we need 2 communes, not 2 elementals. I'm an idiot. I accidentally drew the wrong rune. Alright, now let's trigger this bad boy. Alright, one of my ritual components has depleted. I imagine that's gotta be my candles. Yeah, okay, depleted candles. That's funny, right as I was starting to ask that question, it did the thing. That is hilarious. Alright, so we capture 1 soul. We're going to select that ritual again. We're going to repair. Repairing a component will consume the following materials. 1 candle, yes. And then we repair. And then we repair. We don't want to show this again. And then we repair. Oh, didn't quite wait long enough for this one. Okay, does this also? Okay, this one's also depleted. Got it. So we're going to repair that. Nice. Okay, so there is a a resource requirement, like a minimum resource requirement. Because these things all only last so long. So the optimum way to do this is to identify a ritual you want to do. What is it, about 5 times, I think? 5 or 6 times. And then you do that one ritual until all of your resources are depleted, because you're just wasting some of your resources if you're deleting things as part of your ritual. So if you're going to do a ritual, just do it as many times as it takes to totally max it out. That's interesting. Okay, we got another soul there. We're going to go ahead and select this ritual again. And then we should be able to just boom start it, which is great. So yeah, this is a great way to level up my necromancy XP. I have a bunch of bones and stuff. I can get bones fairly easily. Specifically, I can get like dragon bones fairly easily, which will be a part of leveling up my ranged. Right, I can just go kill green dragons, which will be dope. And then that can be part of my ranged leveling. The synergy is all coming together real nicely. And then we commune with the souls, and we get the Well of Souls going. I want to go check out the Well of Souls here, because we definitely want to be leveling up the Well of Souls. I have 18 souls powering the vessel right now. I don't have any talent points. How do I get talent points? I have 1 of 21 earned. I need XP. I have 1,979 XP. So I'm probably about to get a new talent point. So let's go ahead and hit this. Let's select this ritual. And let's just do 2 more communes. Let's see if that gives me what I need here. Oh, I was talking to myself. I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom real quick. All right. I guess that was all the bones I brought with me. I don't care to talk to you. Want to take all those right there. And I guess I can, like, get a bunch of noted bones. Right? Because that's for focuses right there. And bones are focuses. So I should be able to just, like, note all of my bones. And then bring them over there and put them in there. And then I can pull them out to do a bunch of bone communing or whatever. And we'll do some level ups that way. It actually all seems pretty interesting. Let's see. We've gotten this stuff. We need to talk to this dude. What can I do for you today? Talk about active equipment upgrade task. Ask about your current task. I filled up the soul urn. Great. Kelly takes the soul urn. More or less the same as the first upgrade. Just follow me over to the soul forge. I'll teach you what you need to know. Kelly imbues her forge with energy from the soul urn. She then explains the tier 30 upgrade process in great depth. You'll want to hold the fabric this way around, that way you won't lose a finger. You take notes, ensuring you won't forget anything, because I don't want to lose any fingers. That should be everything. Easy as red berry pie. There's nothing to worry about. All you need to remember is to gather the ensouled items required for your upgrade, and then return to the soul forge to perform it. Come and check in with me whenever you want to learn the next upgrade. Thanks. Alright, now I can upgrade to level 30. So we go to our soul forge. Whoops, that was not the right button. So we go to our soul forge, and we go down here, and we look at what we need. Looks like we just need one lesser ensouled bar again. Nope, that's for tier 20. Go to tier 30. And it looks like we need one lesser ensouled bar still. Okay. We're going to get 13,500. Oh, no, that's the value. Okay. Got it, got it. Cool. So let's get a bar out of our furnace here. We'll come down here to this, and we just make one of these. And we've got our lesser unsold bar. And now we take this unsold bar. We take this unsold bar over here, and we insole it. Like a boss. Lesser ensoul material. Select that ritual. Hey! I do not understand what that name is trying to be, but welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel, and thanks for the Prime sub. We're going to call you Chixel. What's up, Chixel? I would love to actually know how to pronounce that, if you can, put it phonetically or something for me. Otherwise, we'll just call you Chixel. because that sounds close. But welcome to the chat, and thank you so much for the Prime sub. How are you enjoying your time in RuneScape? Overriding. Let's see. I think I need another elemental. Is that right? Yeah, I need another elemental. Let's actually override this one because it's gotten the most uses. Oops. I want a draw glyph, not repair glyph. Yeah, let's draw glyph right here. Yes, override that. Yes, elemental. And let's ensoul our item here. I gotta admit, this is pretty fucking cool. Longtime RS3 enjoyer, glad to see a new face enjoying the game. I am enjoying this game more than I've enjoyed an MMO in a really, really fucking long time. I don't know why I've never played this game before. I mean, I've been playing MMOs my whole life. But this shit is so much fun, it's not even funny. So much fun. The burden of knowledge is a little steep. There's a lot you need to know super early on in the game so that you don't feel like you're wasting your time because of how many things are sort of interconnected. But because of how interconnected things are, it sort of forces you to stop and learn some of those things that you need. So it can be a little frustrating to just be constantly feeling like you're getting taken out of whatever it is you're trying to do to go learn some shit. But it's worth it because the game is so good and that interconnectivity is kind of what makes it as good as it is. So it's a little tough, but it's worth. And I like it a lot. Let's see. Like many players, I walked away at the intro of EOC, but came back 7-8 years ago and have had a blast. Yeah, I think that's a pretty common, I talked to a bunch of people yesterday. There were a ton of people in my comments about my stream where I said that I thought this was one of the better combat systems. I actually said it was the best combat system in MMOs. And while that was a little bit hyperbolic, I do still kind of stand by that because I've had so much fun with this combat system. And I think the Revo system is something that more games need to explore because it creates a lot of potential. And so I still kind of stand by the fact that that's a really, really good system. What am I doing? I don't have to actually look for my bones. You just type bones in the thing. But we're going to take all these bones over here. But I'm glad to see that somebody came back after the original EOC and gave it another shot to see if their opinion had changed. Because that's something that I noticed a lot yesterday, is it seems like the people who left because of evolution of combat never came back. Never gave it a shot, never tried anything else, never tried to really learn the game. And I think that's really true of a lot of content creators too, is a lot of content is made for old school. And content creators are where a lot of stuff gets mathed out, right? And where we learn a lot about games. So I'd kind of like to see some of the content creators who are making really good content, right? There's some really great OSRS creators, but there's so much to learn and so much to do and so much math involved with these skills. And nobody's really doing it, as far as I can tell. Makes me sad. My youngest brother was who convinced me to get back into it. Glad I listened to him. Well, good for your brother. It's good to have gaming brothers who can tell you, like, hey, this is what we need to be doing. You should change your opinion. Okay. So, 1 elemental, 2 commune, and a big bone. I don't have the ability to use any other bones right now. We're going to go over here. We're going to change this elemental one to the commune because this one's new. And we've got some ritual candles there still. And then we could just come over here to our focus storage, because we can just have this here now. Nope. Let's withdraw 10. Nope. We can only withdraw as many as we can actually hold, or they'll be noted. Can I use them noted? That'd be cool. Let's see. Oh, we can use them noted. Yo, that's dope, because there's a lot of situations where you can't. So this is fantastic. The amount of XP and stuff we can get here. I mean, 200 Necromancer XP for every one of these. And we only need like 1,000 for a level right now. Maybe 1,500. We're going to be making crazy levels. Fan-fucking-tastic. Then we just got to keep our eyes open, make sure we see any butterflies or moths or whatever. Any souls or anything like that, we got to click them. Okay, we gotta... It's so creepy. Oh, these are depleted. Okay, so that's the problem. Replace. 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 Then let's go back and do it again. I like this ritual thing. Oh, we want to catch this death moth. Boom, 12 XP. What's up? Wandering soul. One fragile memento. Have to see what that is. Fragile. Nice, we can just straight up start it again. Oh. Wait a minute, what? It didn't take another bone out. Did the big bone turn into a little bone or something? Or can I do the ritual twice with the big bones? Hey, I got one big bone from dismissing that soul. That's cool. Am I not using up my bone? This is saying one soul is added to the Well of Souls. Or is it using up my bones from my focus storage? Is that what's happening? I think it might be using up my bones from my focus storage. So if I just come over here, because I should be getting 2 souls added for a big bone instead of 1 soul added. But it definitely is going to let me select this, right? Even though I don't have... Okay. Okay. So it is. It's automatically switching to the small bone from my focus storage. So I wonder if I took all the small bones out, would it just default to the large bone? We're going to have to check that real quick. We can actually interrupt this ritual, can't we? We don't even have to finish it, so let's do that. Let's take my small bones out so that they don't have anything to pull from. We'll finish up this big bone ritual and see if it just drops another big bone in there. Because I'd rather get the 2 souls added to my well instead of just the 1. Okay. And yeah, it does look like it just kept the big bones there. So I should be able to, yep, 2 souls added to the well. Dope. Okay. So you can just load that ritual thing up, and it'll just let you keep doing the rituals. That's really nice. Like, really nice. And I can get so many candles and so much of this ink and stuff that I can do these bone communions, like, all day. So let's take a look at what our XP is looking like. We've already gone up to level 31. We're getting 200 per communion. The communions take a little while. I mean, this is effectively the same as... the same as, like, killing enemies. Right? You're just getting a couple hundred XP per communion or whatever. But it's doing all this stuff with the Well of Souls. It's leveling us up. It's going to give us a lot more. We're kind of double dipping this way, right? And that should always be the goal. If you're going to be leveling stuff up, you either need to be getting a resource you really want, or you need to be getting multiple types of XP, or, you know, you need to be getting currency, or, you know, something needs to be happening. If you're just doing a thing specifically for that thing in this game, then I don't really think that that's as valuable. You know, I'm not talking about just absolutely optimizing everything all the time. But, for example, like when I want to level up my thieving, I go and I thieve seeds. Because I need seeds right now, because I need to work on my farming. And I need, you know, seeds to feed some of my creatures, and I need a bunch of that stuff. And so there's no point in leveling up thieving if I'm not also getting those seeds. Especially because there's such a good seed resource when it comes to thieving. So we've been doing a lot of that. And it's really easy. So there's this program that I use, and y'all should look into it. for really easy stuff like that, where you don't have to move your mouse around, where you're just clicking a bunch on the same spot. There's a program called See-Through Windows. Really lightweight, free program. And all it does is it allows you to change the opacity of a window, and then it keeps that window on the front. So I go to my streaming websites, and I queue up, a television show, and then
Everyone will die, and it will be your fault.
Dude, that dude is creepy as fuck. But I queue up a TV show that I want to watch, and then I barely turn the opacity down or up, so I can just barely see through the window to see what's happening behind. And then I full screen it, and I turn the opacity a little bit up, so I can barely see through. And then, I find the location, right? I find the spot on the screen where I want to be clicking on my character, and then I'll just sit there and click through the screen, and click to like do my thieving or whatever. And then on the screen that I'm looking at is my actual TV show. And you can't even really tell, right? It's barely even a shadow behind it. You have to focus really hard in order to see that there's the game behind it. But it works really well. So if you don't have two monitors, or if you like to be able to like move your mouse around while you're watching your TV show or something, this see-through windows is a really good resource to be able to make that happen, so that you can watch TV and be doing some of your sort of semi-AFK skilling at the same time. Super useful. You could put me up there, right? You could full screen my stream and watch me run around like a jackass while you're just sitting there clicking, getting some thieving up or something. I'm just saying, A cloud of sparkles. I expelled the sparkles. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. This is such a goofy fucking skill, dude. We got ghosts and sparkles and moths and all kinds of crazy shit just floating around. Spooky, scary skeletons. Alright, I want to go check my Well of Souls. I want to see, have I leveled up? Do I have a skill point yet? No, I haven't. I'm not gaining any XP here. To earn talent points by gaining XP. Okay. Oh, you have to gain XP with combat. Oh, that's hilarious. So the game knew. The game was like, look, dipshit. We know that what you're gonna do is just sit here and do freaking rituals all day. Can't do that. That's fucking funny. Good job, devs. Good job, devs. What's up, Silferi? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Oh no, wandering soul. Get him. Give me that fragile memento. Fragile. What are you getting yourself up to in RuneScape right now? Oop, gotta repair. Hey, there you go. Lots of people been doing a lot of heisting. Definitely kind of the big ticket play right now. I wish that I had thieving that high, that I could go participate. But we've seen. I was trying to do Dishonor Among Thieves a while back because I wanted something from that quest, and I can't get past it because there's that part where there's all those people with the red triangles, and you got to squeeze past the guards or whatever. I can't do it because I suck. And so I was just getting my ass kicked over and over and over again. So I imagine if I tried to do heists, we'd pretty much end up in the same position. I wonder how many big bones I have left. But maybe I'll learn how to do the heists. Cloud of sparkles. No, get the sparkles. Stealth and heist isn't as hard as that quest, I think. Much easier since you can slam movement abilities. Okay, good, because I can't get past that quest. I was there for like an hour before it frustrated me so much that I gave up. I love how every time I pass a level, Raziel gets all mad. Isn't he the one? So this quest line confuses me. Because doesn't Raziel want me to become a more powerful necromancer? Isn't that like the point? Isn't he like searching for a powerful necromancer? So he's like testing me to make me more powerful. And then he gets mad every time I get a level. I think he's just taunting you along the way or something. Oh, okay. Because it really didn't make very much sense to me. Seems like every other time I end up talking to Raziel, he's like, I hate you, but also congratulations on becoming more powerful. But stop becoming more powerful. What are you even doing, guy? Maybe it's that immortality is rattling his brain. You live that long and you start to not even understand what you really want. Maybe that's the problem. Yes, give me all of my Christmas wrapping paper. Think I'd be confused with what I want to if I just watched the world move around me for 1,000 years? I don't know. I think that I might even enjoy the insanity a little bit. I wouldn't want to have a physical form for 1,000 years, because that would be the constant need to upkeep your body, right? Eat, take a shower, use the restroom. These things would start to grate on my nerves over time. But if I could just be a disembodied consciousness floating about watching the planet for 1,000 years just to see what happens, I feel like I'd be pretty okay with that. But I really like to watch people. I really like to watch other things happen. I like to get on the internet and see like what's going on in the world. Not that I want to interact with any of it, or that I want any of it to have any impact on my life. It's just interesting to watch how things develop and what people view as important and see technologies advance and stuff like that. So if I could just be a disembodied, immortal consciousness, just watching the human race, that'd be cool. Even better would be if I could watch other parts of the universe as well. That's something I really want. If they ever learn to upload a brain into a computer, I am just launching my brain into deep space in a computer. And then I'm just gonna go, like, fly around to planets and see what's what. Just some really good visual sensors. Scan the planet from orbit for, a couple of years, and then take all that data with me on my path to a new planet somewhere in another galaxy, in another solar system. Heck, maybe leave some probes behind that can continue to send me data so that I can watch the development of lots of different planets over time. It'd be so dope. I almost feel like this little system should have been what prayer was. I understand that the prayer thing was a little, well, early on. And so, MMOs were new, mechanics were new. Obviously, this wasn't going to be a part of the prayer system. But definitely could have been cool if this was a part of the prayer system. Or how the prayer system worked. I'm also shocked. I guess I had 20 of them, but they've been going back and reworking skills a bit. Could be a future update. Well, so now I wouldn't want to see this be part of the prayer system, right? Because we've already got it as necromancer. But it would be cool if they had some sort of a ritualistic system. Or something that you could do that was a little more active. It's really cool to put these bones up here on this altar. And do this to get necromancer XP. What a psycho. What a psycho. Hey, we're gonna get blood siphoned soon. It wouldn't be good to have just reskin of necro now. Not at all. Okay, it looks like I used up all of my big bones. I can get the same amount of XP from the small bones. Let's see, what's in my ritual chest? A fragile memento, broken memento. What are these for? Broken spiritual often used with commune with the dead. High alchemy price 30 coins. Okay. We got some big bones. We got some baby dragon bones. We got a bunch of this ectoplasm. We want to take all of it. We want to put these mementos in here with these bones. Nice. And let's come over here and check this out. So, okay, I can use baby dragon bones. I can use broken mementos now. 6 souls added. Fragile mementos is 8 souls added. Yo, okay. Well, let's see. So I'm curious to see how it will prioritize these things. Because I was only able to use one type of stuff before. So let's select it with the fragile. And let's see if it keeps putting the fragiles up there. Or will it go to the top where it just uses the bones first? This is definitely going to end up being a grind. Whoa, what's that? I think somebody teleported. Scared the shit out of me. Hey, we now have the morning ritual. Isn't that what it said? We now have the morning ritual. Okay, and it is using the same one. So it's going from the most powerful available to the least powerful. So we can just keep rocking this bad boy all day, all day. We're still going to get the same amount of XP. And I do like that. I do like that we're getting the same amount of XP. But we're adding more souls to the Well of Souls. Which is cool. Cloud of Sparkles is covered a glyph. I like that that can continue to give me more fragile mementos. That's cool. Oh, found a death moth. Get a little XP from the death moth. Go ahead and repair this bad boy here. Boom. Oh. Did not repair it. Left too soon. We learning. We learning. I do not play old school Vibratanum. Vibratamania. Call you Vibrat. Yeah, I couldn't give up my skills, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I know that the evolution of combat is the reason most people left RuneScape 3. The mania that vibrates. Oh, Vibratomania. Okay, got it. Got it. Feels like I should have been able to figure that out. But I was never hooked on phonics, so that didn't work for me. Yeah, but I couldn't give up my skills. I love the evolution of combat. Um, I love the Revo bar. I love all of that stuff. And so I know that most people are like, ooh, gross, that's so bad. I don't want to play with it. But I think it's fucking awesome. And I love every second of it. So, no, I just started playing. I haven't played, um, I never played RuneScape until about 25 days ago. So I've never even actually played old school RuneScape. Remember when EOC came out, it was real bad on launch. I think it's much better now. Yeah, and so a lot of people have told me that still. And I understand, you take a big swing like that, you go from having no skills to suddenly having skills on all of your different combat styles. And things can get really bad, but yeah, thank you, Vibra. Vibratomania. I'm gonna figure it out eventually. I appreciate it. Thanks for the welcome. This has by far been one of the most welcoming communities I've ever joined as a streamer. Y'all are so nice all the time. Got some baby dragon bones here that we're gonna go through. Do all this stuff. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm gonna try and do like a hybrid thing. So I know that the hybrid gear is generally people don't think it's very good. And people think shields are trash. And people think the Revo bar is trash, and the only way to do any endgame content is with the manual cast. So my goal is kind of just to prove all of that wrong. And use, the Revo bar and the hybrid gear with all the different combat types and a shield and just go ham at it. So we shall see. I use Revo Bar and have soloed a decent amount of the endgame bosses with melee. Just need some manual inputs for defensive and prayer flicks. The rest is for raw efficiency. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. There's going to be a couple of things that I'm going to do myself. These skills, for example, I would put these in the Revo Bar, except their cooldown is only 2.4 seconds, but they last for a minute. So I actually don't like that. I wish that they lasted, or I wish that their cooldown was longer, because then they'd fit in the Revo Bar better. And then I've got a couple of things like immortality and stuff that I might auto-cast some ultimates. But even most of my defensive skills I'm going to leave up here. And then I'm always going to have my shield on. I don't intend to be swapping gear between shield and like dual wield or anything. I intend to keep my shield on. But I think the real power is going to come from the fact that I'm not going to be waiting to necessarily use adrenaline skills. So one of the things that I've noticed is that there are fewer threshold skills in most of the combat styles than I have the ability to gain adrenaline and use, because their cooldowns are so long that I just basically end up sitting there using my really, really basic attack over and over and over and over again. And I can get up to 100% adrenaline a couple of times before I even get to use my ultimate ability again because of the timer on that. And so it's going to take some trial and error and it's going to take some effort. But if I can get this to where I earn enough adrenaline, and maybe if I can find a way to earn some extra adrenaline and just go cycling through all of my different combat styles and using all of these really, really good threshold abilities, I think that I can up the DPS even while still maintaining a shield. And so I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And then there's one of the hybrid builds, one of the hybrid sets, allows you to gain prayer by, like, life leech prayer, basically. And so I want to look into that. It's got a two-hander weapon, so it wouldn't be a one hand and a shield build. It would be all two-handers. But I'm thinking that might be fun for just some mob farming. And then just rock the prayers all the time. And just beat the shit out of things with a two-hander. But I think there's a lot of value in the hybrid gear that, as far as I can tell from what I've seen online, doesn't really seem to be getting explored at all. I'm kind of shocked. Because it's a lot of fun to be switching weapons and just having all the different things available to you all the time. But I've got my full Tuskas set here. Just running around doing the thing. And then my dragon shield, because that's my only hybrid shield right now. I want to get a voidknight shield, but we're not there yet. What was I thinking? I just got to click this button again. I do think I have enough bones that I'm probably going to get all the way to level 40. Maybe 42 here. We've gained a lot of XP. Well, maybe not quite. I think I've got 40 regular bones times 200. So 4 times 2 is 8. Add a 0 is 8k. Okay, so we'll get pretty close to 40. But not quite. Some of these rituals are going to get crazy with just all these glyphs all over the place. It's going to be so cool. Gonna be so much fun. I've really been enjoying all the different ways that they've created in this game to level up your different skills and stuff. It is just a grind, right? You are just grinding to level up the skills basically all the time. That's kind of the entire point, especially in the early game, is just grind up skills. But the manner in which you do that is so varied. And, you know, what you're seeing on the screen is consistently so different that I really, really enjoy leveling up my skills. You know, I'm getting to a point where I really want to start doing some other stuff. We're getting to where I want to go kill the mole. I do want to get everything up to 42, and I want to get my Void Knight shield before I do that, because I think that'll give me the best opportunity to accomplish it as a hybrid. But I think as soon as we get our Void Knight shield, and as soon as we get everything up to level 42, maybe 50, we might need 50 in all of our attack types so that they actually have decent accuracy chances and stuff and can actually hit. But once we get up to that tier, I definitely want to go in there and start looking at, what do I need to do with the Revo bar, and what kind of considerations need to be made. Because that'll be kind of my first PVM experience. So I'm pretty excited about it. And it should really only take us a couple more days. Getting the Void Knight shield is going to be a little difficult because nobody plays those mini games over there. So I might have to put out an SOS on a stream or something. Try and get some people to come back and do that. But we'll see. But we got to get everything to 42 first, because that's where we can use the shield at. I think specific friends chats or worlds may have more activity. Yeah, I went specifically to a world that was supposed to be for the conquest and pest control minigames. And then I went over there. There were still no people over there. So maybe I can find a friends chat for some minigame stuff. I didn't really think about that, but I did intentionally go to the world specifically for those minigames. Now, I may need to just go to like the general minigame world, and maybe that'll be better. I don't really know. Just be something we have to explore, I guess. But we'll get our shield, we'll level it up, or tier it up, or whatever. It is a defender shield, not a kite shield or a tower shield, which is interesting. I don't know what implications that might have for me. But we'll see. You've unlocked a new ability, Blood Siphon, as a channeled area target ability. It deals minor damage to surrounding enemies, but heals you in the process. Deals severe damage to your target if channeled fully. So this is going to be really good. There's some really good AoE stuff. In the in all the different skill sets. Why did I come over here and click this? Yeah, but there's some really good AoE skill stuff, especially because the two-hander melee has a lot of good AoE as well. So we're definitely going to be making a two-hander build. I don't think that there's any really good AoE in the ranged. It just doesn't seem like that's something that was really paid attention to. So I probably won't be using, even though... Oops, gotta go get my soul. I don't think I got the Wandering Soul. That makes me sad. Um, yeah, so even though that kind of makes me sad because I want to use all four all the time, there's so much good AoE stuff in melee, magic, and that blood siphon from Necro that one of the things we really want to do is we want to get all of the gear from all of the different god sets. So Ceradomin, Tamarax, Bandos, and Amarils from the God War, because they're all hybrid multi-tier sets like this Tuskas. And so I'd like to get that. And then when we eventually get Sliskays, we'll be able to do kind of a multi-setup. So Sliskays is a three-piece hybrid set that allows you to use the entire six-piece bonus from one of the six-piece sets you own. So I'll be able to get, like, for example, 6% crit or 6% chance to reduce damage taken by 90%, and then still have 3 slots available so that I can get another 3% of one of the other bonuses. So I'll probably use Tuskas for a 3% crit, and then Ceradomins or Zamarax for 6% chance to reduce damage taken by 90%, which will mean a huge amount of damage reduction. Ooh, I got a Wyvern Bones from that one. Nice. But that'll mean a huge amount of damage reduction and some nice little crit bonus in there. So that'll be cool. The hybrid set bonuses are honestly pretty dope. There's also a pretty cool... I'm out of basic ghost ink. The hybrids honestly have a lot of pretty cool set bonuses and stuff that I'm pretty excited about. I don't really know about the set bonuses and the things that can be done with some of the just regular set items where they're for a specific combat style. But the hybrid ones are super cool, so I'm having a lot of fun. And I hope in the future we get maybe some different hybrid sets. Because right now it seems like it's kind of getting left behind, but we'll see. Let's just max this out. I can buy 15K for 45. Absolutely. Let's just buy all that. Let's max this out. Let's spend a bunch right now. Max all that shit out real quick. I got plenty of currency. I got the High Alk, a couple of Tuska books, so we're pretty good on currency. Pretty good. Now we can just scribble on these bad boys here. Blood Siphon and protect one glyph. So are these just glyphs that I can add? So like if I went over to this change glyph, and I said, yeah, I want to change it. Alteration glyphs. And I just come in here and increase ritual output by 20%, increase soul attraction by 20%. Protection increases the duration of ritual disturbance by 20%, soul attraction by 20%. So doubling output or increasing output by 20%, does that also increase the XP? So can I get 20% more XP? Because that'd be cool. Oh, I need regular ghost ink on top of basic ghost ink. How do I get regular ghost ink? Okay, well, we'll deal with that some other time. It's like a crafting thing, isn't it? What do we got in the ritual chest? Take all of these. Put all this stuff in here. Let's go check this pedestal. I can do wyvern bones. Wyvern bones give 4 souls. You right-click the little tower in the middle of the ritual site, you can do repair all. Yo. That's dope as fuck. Thank you, Chixel. I'm so happy that's not even funny. That's fantastic. I got a bone. What are we at? 36, getting to 37. I definitely think we're going to want to level up this last level of range, killing green dragons. We might even get some extra levels on range, killing green dragons. And then that'll give us some more bones to come do some necromancy. And then we'll really be killing it. It's crazy how quickly you can get through stuff when you have a good plan versus how long things take when you don't have a good plan. And it's all because of that double dipping stuff I was talking about a little earlier. If you're not double dipping, then you're just drastically increasing. I don't think I got that soul either. Nope, didn't get that soul. Whoops. I really should be paying more attention, but whatever. Hey, another wyvern bone. Nice. But yeah, just if you're not double dipping, then you just start compounding the amount of time stuff takes. You know, if you're getting everything you need to do 2 or 3 or even 4 different things versus only getting the stuff you need to do one thing. I mean, a 10-hour grind can turn into a 40-hour grind real fucking quick. It's also why I guess varying components will consume the materials. Yep. It's also why I guess you see a lot of Iron Men saving just literally everything in their storages. Is because, you know, if you don't save all those random resources and stuff and then you need them later, you've just kind of wasted part of your grind time. I've been pretty bad about that so far because I've been in the early game this entire time. And so I haven't gotten to any points where some of the stuff that maybe I was getting before would be super duper valuable. That's definitely going to come back to bite me in the ass in the future with herb lore especially, because I hate that the herbs take up one slot. I actually need to do what Cassie said and go get my herb pouch. Like, really bad. Because if I don't get my herb pouch soon, I'm going to continue to not pick up herbs. And that's going to end up being bad for me.
Everyone will die, and it will be your fault.
No, it won't. It'll be your fault, Raziel. You're the one who wants to kill everybody and turn them into your little death puppets. That's not my fucking problem, dude. You're the psycho. Own it. Oh, yeah. A wandering soul. What do you got for me, duder? Some big bones. We're just going to keep going through all these little bones here, get as many other resources as we can. And then we'll go back and get everything out of the ritual chest, and then come back and do a little more. Ultimately, like I said, I'm just trying to get up to level 40. Well, 42. The closer I can get to that before I gotta go past this last level in range, the better off we'll be. But once I get up there, we'll go ahead and get our Necromancer Death Guard up to tier 30. No, we'd already have it in 30. So we'll get it up to tier 40 when we get there. And then we should be able to get our shield, and then we'll start fighting the mole. So, I mean, if I can get the shield within the next day or two, depending on how difficult it is to get people over there doing that thing, we can... we can start doing the mole, like, in a couple of days, at the most. We might even get to do our first try at the mole, like, tomorrow, which would be super cool. Super duper cool. It's been way too many days to not get to try any PVM. And I think, you know, I've taken a lot longer to get to the point where I'm PVMing than is entirely necessary. Honestly, I probably could just get this magic up 2 more points Maybe get this defense up 2 more points, or even maybe just go in my mystic gear with my magic and probably do okay. I don't know exactly how difficult the mole is, but it only requires 60 combat, and I don't even think you need to get to 60 magic and defense for it to be saying that you're at 60 combat. So I think technically you can do it with the mystic gear. It's probably a little difficult, right? That's probably not quite what you're supposed to have. Um, but I think it's probably still doable. So I could technically, I guess, be giving the mole man a little go here. But I don't like to fail. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a little stronger than we need to be before we go down there. I also think it's a little earlier than normal. It might be about lunchtime. I didn't eat quite as big a breakfast as I normally do this morning, and I'm a little hungry. A little earlier than expected. So I'm going to get this started. I'm going to go get some food real quick. I'll be back in a couple of minutes here. Okay, we're back. I'm going back to Cali. Oh, I almost missed the soul. Too focused in on my food. I'm paying enough attention. I like those rituals where I get a soul and some sparkles. That's what's up. But once again, Runescape is the master of multi-attention level activities. Right? I come in here and I can do things in a couple of different ways. I can almost completely AFK this, where I'm just clicking the ritual button. Or I can semi-AFK it. Where I come in here. No, Raziel, you're fucking weak. How about that? Or I can semi-AFK it, where I come in here and I click all the extra little buttons and I get more rewards and I get more XP. But the whole point is they're not trying to punish people who like have lives, right? If you can log into the game on your phone, for example, and set it off to the side and, you know, click one button every 5 or 10 minutes, then you're good to go. But if you're like me and you're a complete fucking degenerate and you're going to play 16 hours a day for a month at a time, or potentially for months on end, then you can really go fast. Yeah, it is. It's a really nice sandbox experience, Sylph. It's the solution to the problem, right? The problem is the disparity between the amount of time that people like me can invest versus the average gamer, right? The average gamer has 10 hours a week of time that they can dedicate their focus to a game. But I have 10 hours a day that I can dedicate my focus. So by the end of the first week, I'm a month and a half ahead of the average gamer as far as time that I've spent paying attention to the game. And so it's virtually impossible to balance a game for both of those groups. But you need both of those groups to be playing your game because, that's how you get your biggest base of players. Especially, you need your casual players to be playing the game. And this semi AFK skilling system that they've got going on is the tops. 100%. It makes me feel good because I got lots of buttons to click. Yeah, like whenever I've got to do something, I just go mining with Grace of the Elves and Max Borders. Yeah, absolutely. Let it go ham for like a half hour, do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing is that what you're doing, right, if you're being more active or less active, can change almost instantaneously, right? Even just doing this same activity. I got up to go get food. I didn't lose all that much time, right? Because I got up and I went to get food and I just left this guy doing his thing. If a ghost had popped by while I was doing that, did I miss the ghost? Yeah, that's definitely what happened. But that doesn't feel bad. So, if you're an adult and you're hanging out with a spouse or whatever, so you can't really focus on the game, or you've got kids and so periodically you need to get up because kids require attention at random ass intervals. So you've got to go do something for them or with them, make some food for somebody, discipline somebody for being a psycho, whatever it is. You just click the button, let it do whatever it's doing, and then go do your thing. Did you get 100% out of that time? Absolutely not, but at least you weren't, feeling like you were getting totally interrupted. One of the things that I've always known about myself, when I get really into a new game, I have a tendency to lose weight. Because, I mean, like, for example, when I decide to go back to Ark, every time I go back to playing Ark, I lose like 5 or 10 pounds. And it's not for any healthy reason. It's because I just stop eating because I'll be so focused on the game and I don't want to get up and there's things to do and there's always buttons to click. And so there just doesn't feel like a good time to, go get myself some food. Like I don't feel like I can take a break. And I don't ever really feel like that in this game. I've been playing this game really hard for almost a month now. And I feel really relaxed, you know? Hey, Sylph, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome more officially to the channel. There are so many of you nerds out there who play this game. I really wasn't expecting, because everybody's always talking about the player numbers being shit in RS3. But I just haven't found that to be true. There's a lot of y'all. Oh. Catching a real bad lag spike. What's going on here? It's not my computer. I think it's the server. My computer's not freaking out. Nope, it is my computer. That's okay. I'll fix that problem later, but it's only going to happen every once in a great while, so. Fun to watch earlier game RS3. Progress is so much faster. Seeing people get that feeling of discovery is great. Having that feeling of discovery is great. And I've said this a lot about MMOs, but okay, computer, you can stop now. That'd be fun. But exploration is the point, right? The reason we play MMOs is because we like to explore. And it's not just exploration of the world, right? It's not just physically moving around the play space and exploring what exists in the world. It's exploring mechanics. It's exploring builds. It's exploring all of that stuff and learning about it and, getting to know how different things work. And this game has a lot to explore. And it does a really good job of spreading that exploration out, right? Like I've learned a little bit about this ritual system, and so I'm here doing all these rituals and exploring that system.
Pathetic.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I'm learning all that stuff about this system, but in a little while, right, I'm going to get to a point and the game's going to be like, okay, here's a little more about the system that you can discover. And then here's a little more about the system that you can discover. And that's not, it's not sustainable permanently, but it is certainly sustainable in the short term for, a couple thousand hours at least. It's going to take me until I get to a point where I feel like, okay, I kind of know everything and now I'm just doing stuff I've already done and experienced. And then I'll do that for a couple thousand hours. before I'm like, okay, now I'm tired of doing the same things that I've already done for a while. But I definitely think there's at least probably 4 or 5,000 hours in this game before I'm going to get to the point where I'm like, okay, this needs to be done. Which is, even at the rate that I play, like a year and a half, 2 years. Which is pretty fucking good. Also, lots of really good goals to be able to get oriented on is another really nice part of this game. So many goals. Got so many capes, got so many titles, got so many, quest lines, got so many breakpoints in all of your skills and stuff like that that give you, access to different stuff. So, you've always got like good long-term goals and good short-term goals, which is super nice. Get the sparkles. Sparkles, good for Ed. Uncle Gubsy. That's that person's name. There's a lot of people doing this right now. Group Iron Man, I'm cheesy? Yo. There are two people in my friend group who name themselves cheesy. Slowly pushing 200 million Thieving XP with heists. Such good XP. Yeah, the heists are kind of a departure, it seems like, from... I don't know. I personally haven't played the end game, but based on what I've heard people say, based on what I've seen on the internet, the heists are probably going to cause some pretty big inflation, as well as give a lot of people their first 200 million XP skill. Because it seems like you're getting a lot more XP per time and a lot more currency per time with those than people had been getting in the past. I don't think the balance was quite there. GP isn't super great, but the XP rates are pretty wild. Okay, well that's cool. I mean, because it's a secondary skill, and it's not really something, that people need for like combat and stuff like that. Um, that seems like kind of an okay decision. Because now, people can skill up a skill really far. Fairly quickly, get themselves to a point where they're sort of in the end game with at least one of their gold making methods and stuff. And there's not really a lot. Thieving is sort of a self-contained, There's probably some agility in there and some stuff, but it doesn't really affect a lot of other skills. So that can be nice, I guess. Not every skill necessarily has to have the same severity of grind. Dare I say, it would kind of be a good idea to make the severity of the grind different for some of the skills, increasing or decreasing. Thieving is a little like a little bit of material from many skills, but inefficient in comparison to any one skill. That's a good way to put that. I like that. And it is definitely something that I've been. Oh, am I all out? I'm all out of bones. It's definitely something that I've been looking at because one of the things I noticed was level 5, you get access to. Why are my dragon bones not getting used? Is it only baby dragon bones? But level 5, you get access to the bakeries or the baking stands or whatever, and they give such good XP. Sorry, not such good XP. They give such. Okay, yeah, it is only. Okay, yeah, looks like it. Um, Not such good XP, such good food items. So they're a really, really good resource at early game for snagging up some good foods to level up some of your other skills because they've got those free bite, 3 bite cakes or whatever. They give a total of like 1,000 HP. Which I think is super awesome. But there are a lot of little things like that that I've seen that thieving seems to be really good for a lot of different stuff like that. And it's one of the most AFKable abilities, it seems like, with a lot of the stands and stuff. Maybe not, AFKable is maybe not the right word, because you do have to click a lot, but you don't have to be paying attention while you're clicking. So it's a really good second monitor kind of an activity, it seems like. Like yesterday, I was picking seeds out of a seed cart for like an hour and a half while I watched TV. It was great. Has a good spread of activity / intensity, I think. One of my favorite skill updates. I think that's been kind of the general consensus too. There was a little grumbling um, about some of the, day one, day two adjustments that were made. But I think the general consensus has been fantastic update. Which gives me lots of hope for, combat changes in the future this year and the integrity roadmap and all that stuff. I mean, get me to 40 so I can level up this next skill or this next item. And then we'll do some other stuff to get our ranged up. And then we'll come back and finish up our necro. And then we'll go start trying to get ourselves a fucking shield. I'm really, really excited about this Void Knight Defender. It's going to be unfortunate in the late game because it's not going to be great for a lot of super end game activities. So I don't know exactly what we're going to do in those situations, but for the mid game, I think it's going to be one of the better available hybrid weapons or hybrid items that we have. I think it's going to carry us. I think that this Tuska's set, and I've got a couple of decent accessories here, and we'll get ourselves a nice defender shield, and then we'll equip, some decent weapons from all the different styles. And I think we should be pretty good, all the way up towards like 75, 80. 80 will be when we get our Slisgaze. So as long as we can do everything we need to be able to do all the way up towards level 80 with this setup that we've got here, then we'll get our Slisgaze, we'll get more powerful there. We'll also get our...
Pathetic.
You're pathetic. Hope we hit 40. Let's not actually... Well, I guess we need to do this now. But we want to save some of our bones and stuff so that we can do however many communions we need for the level 40 Death Guard knowledge. Conjure putrid zombie, and a vengeful ghost, and a greater flaming skull. You need a greater flaming skull in order to make a greater flaming skull? That doesn't make any sense. Also, the amount of critical strike bonuses you get from Necro is kind of crazy, if I'm being perfectly honest. Seems like every 10 levels you're just like, oop, lots of crit. Which could be fun. I think it's a crit damage boost, and all styles have them. Do they really? Maybe I just didn't notice it with my other styles. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing any of that in the melee one. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, there we go. Critical strike damage of 50. Critical strike damage of 40. Okay, cool, cool. I don't like that they put that in the strength on the melee one. That's dookie. There we go. Critical strike damage. Okay, cool, cool. God, I'm so excited for the combat rework. I really hope that they put some time and energy into that, and that it's not just copy everything Necro has, and that they really try and give the different combat styles some identity. That'd be so cool. I need to go fill this urn up with some souls. I need 50 undead souls. Oh, or 5 lesser communion souls. Also, I'd like a meat pie. A meat pie. A meat pie. Not that there's anything wrong with a meat pie, but why not a red berry pie? Well, I don't want to go diving in head first. It's been so long since I've had any sort of pie, so I'll start off by dipping my toes in the water. Right, and this will help upgrade my equipment. How exactly? Everyone needs a bit of sustenance, don't they? Even ghosts? Moving on, here's the task list for you. Do I actually have to get this nerd a meat pie? It's because attack is all about accuracy and strength is damage. Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of get it. Is this global? Because it doesn't say to attack critical strike damage. It just says critical strike damage. 1 meat pie. Wow, it actually wants me to go get this nerd a meat pie. Okay, it is for the combat style. Well, that's annoying. I mean, obviously it has to be that way. Otherwise, melee combat would be so much weaker than everything else. Just due to a severe lack of critical damage. But I mean, I'm fine with where it's at, but I think it seems to be in a pretty unfinished state. Um, there aren't a ton of skills, and there's not a ton of there's no rhyme or reason or anything to a lot of this stuff in the way it is. It doesn't seem like things are a little pale mail. And if it doesn't get significantly changed, like I'll still play. It's still fun. But okay, we got plenty of big bones. We got wyvern bone. Okay, so we got plenty of bones here. Melee is split into attack and strength, with the other skills scale their accuracy and damage within their own skill. Yeah, so one of the things I like the most is that strength doesn't really have skills that require weapons. There's a little bit, but for the most part, strength is just um, it's almost like the cross class ability of melee. So you've got your attack, which in order to use any of the attack abilities, you have to be using a melee weapon. But then you've got these strength abilities that don't really have those same requirements. And so then you've got cool things like knockbacks. For example, like this kick is honestly better to have in a ranged build than it necessarily is to have in a melee build, because you kick somebody off of you. You get them with a quick little bind and a stun. You make yourself a little distance. You use another ranged stun. Like there's a lot of synergy there and a lot of possible cross-classing between the other classes into the melee area because of the split designation here. Because you have your melee abilities and your strength abilities. But we don't see that with any of the other stuff. Because it's all done within that one. So if there was like an intelligence to go with magic, they kind of have a little bit of that going on in that I can access some of these spells from the different spell books, even without my magic active. That's interesting. And so there's still a little bit of that, right? But it would just be really cool. And I mean, ranged is like super in the gutter, right? Because there's just nothing. It's just ranged. So I would love to see, honestly, it's surprising to me that agility wasn't put as a secondary to ranged. And I kind of hope that maybe that's something that happens. Because it would be cool to have, I don't know, some sort of evasion type stuff or something like that involved. And then necromancy, you've got your necromancy, you've got your necromancer skill book. And I really like this. I think this is great. But again, there could be something here. Ranged is in the gutter until the best in slot gear, I think. Then it does a ton of damage. That's the kind of stuff that would be good to address. I'm just a huge variety fan, if I'm being honest. So one of my favorite all-time MMOs was the original Guild Wars. And there were just so many skills in that game. And so much ability to cross-class, and the whole game, just the deck building of that game was the best like I've ever played, because there was just so much to go through, so much to sift through, so much to make decisions on, and you were limited to how many skills you could have active at a time, and that was also kind of a big deal. And so because of those restrictions and because of just the variety of stuff available to you, you ended up with this really, really fun deck building system. And so I would like to see a little more variety here as well. And a little more restriction, maybe. So as things stand right now, you can pretty much just put every skill on the bar and then just fit it into a rotation and just click all the skills. And that's cool. But I think that really inhibits creativity. It would require a lot of balancing and stuff if you did decide to go down that path. Whoops. Okay, well, let's just keep going since I already started this one. But since we're already going down this path, it would take a lot of rebalancing bosses and stuff like that to do that. But it would also create a much more creative system. And it would give you the opportunity to create a lot more varying skills, because you can create more powerful and more widely diverse skills when you restrict what a person can use at any given time, because you don't necessarily have to worry about, those 7 or 8 or 9 skill chains that are super broken, or stuff like that, because there's only so many skills you can have active at a time. And so you get to put a little more variety and a little more power in there. But I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with things the way they are. If they don't change at all, I'll still play the shit out of this game. But and I'm still in love with the Revo bar. I mean, the Revo bar just makes the whole thing for me. Wow, it's really going to make me bring this lady a meat pie. Getting invention unlocked early is super helpful for mid-game progression. If you want another grind to work towards. Yeah, I kind of was working towards that grind, Jixel. I got sidetracked, as one does. But I was trying to level up my crafting. I'm pretty close on the smithing. I'm already 70 smithing. And so I need to get crafting up, and then I need to get divination up. That last little push from 70 to 80 is a long one. So it's probably going to take me a little while. But yeah, I do want to look into what that has to offer. Let's go here. What does it take to make a fudge and meat? Since I can't just go to the freaking Grand Exchange and get one. Stupid Iron Man. What was I even thinking? Let's see. Pies. Meat pie. Uncooked meat pie. Sorry, so in order to make a meat pie, I need an uncooked meat pie. I think the rough estimate is that the amount of total XP doubles every 7 levels. The root of the joke is 92 is halfway to 99. Yeah, so that's, I don't think that's a rough estimate. I think that's exactly right. Which means that 85 is a quarter of the way to 99, which is even more insane. Like, I'm not even a tenth of the way to my maximum or my required. I guess this is about a tenth, 76, because it's 13 million to get to 99 in a skill, and I'm at 1.4 here. So this is my only skill that's even a tenth of the way to max, which is knuckin' futz. Is it in the bread? Is that... Nope. Okay, well, in order to... Oh. Nope, never mind. So in order to make a meat pie, I need an uncooked meat pie, which means I'm going to have to assemble the pie. So I've got a cookie tin. Does that mean I have to put bread in the... Is there like a pie crust? No, in order to make a pie crust, I have to crunch up biscuits or something, don't I? Oh, nice. Which one did you get? Brandis' mercy showed it inside of EOF. So I have the spec usable with any weapon. Nice. All right. I need a pie dish. Give me one pie dish. What do I do? Do I need bread dough? Is that... Nothing happens. Okay, I can't craft bread dough. So what I'm probably going to need is flour and water then, right? So let's go get some wheat. All right, welcome back. That's really cool. EOF, is that the amulet or something that allows you to use... And I assume spec means special attack. Is that correct? Yeah, okay. I don't really know how a lot of that endgame combat stuff works, but... But we learning. We learning. Alright, we take the flour out here. Now we gotta go find us a water source real quick. Yeah, I have been noticing lots and lots of locks. And I didn't notice them as I kind of blew past them when I was first playing, especially some of these defensive ones and stuff. Like, there's divert in here somewhere. Oh, no, I haven't. Yeah. So I don't have access to divert right now, and I'd really like to. Because generating adrenaline is going to be a big deal for me. In fact, this might end up being the ability at the absolute front of all of my Revo bars because of that adrenaline generation. If I'm making a pie, do I have to make a pastry dough? Is that what it is? Because it's not bread dough. I assume it's not pizza. Whatever, we're just going to do it. Yeah. Then we make a pie shell. Okay. So we got ourselves a pie shell. Now we need some meat, right? So let's just get some meat. Can I like cube these meats? Or what if I just put the meat in there? Need to pre-cook the meat. All right, let's go cook this meat. Let's do some cooked meat. Let's just do one for right now in case I'm wrong. And we'll... No! Not eat, you stupid. Alright, then we make an uncooked meat pie. And then we cook our meat pie. Oh, we burn it. Oh no. Oh, this fucking game. It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. Totally fine.